Uh, Welcome everyone to a special meeting of the Warren County Board of Supervisors. Please rise while Supervisor Leggett leads us in the pledge to the flag.
Appreciate it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk will please read the roll.
Mr. Leggett?
Here.
Mr. Diamond? Mr. McDevitt?
Here.
Ms. Bramer? Here. Mr. Loeb? Mr. Driscoll?
Here.
Mrs. Frazier?
Here.
Mr. Simpson?
Here.
Ms. Hogan? Mr. Dickinson? Mr. Merlino?
Here.
Mr. Strauss?
Here.
Mr. Wild?
Here.
Mr. Beatty?
Here.
Mr. McGowan?
Here.
Mr. Sokol?
Here.
Mr. Thomas?
Here.
Ms. Hyde? Here. Mr. Garrity?
Here.
Chairman Conover?
Here. And it will now move on to the public hearing regarding Warren County Local Law Number 5. The clerk will read the notice.
Notice is hereby given that the Board of Supervisors of the County of Warren, New York is considering the adoption of a proposed local law number 5 for the year 2019, entitled the Local Law Amending Local Law number 2 of 2019, imposing an additional mortgage recording tax in Warren County, to amend sections 3 and 9 to change the effective date to April 1, 2019. Notice is further given that pursuant to a resolution adopted by the Board of Supervisors on February 15, 2019, a public hearing will be held by the Board of Supervisors on February 28, 2019 at 10 a.m. in the Supervisors' Rooms at the Warren County Municipal Center, Route 9, Queensbury, New York, at which time and place all persons interested in the matter of such proposed local law number 5 for the year 2019 will be heard concerning same. A copy of said local law is available for inspection during regular business hours by contacting the clerk of the Board of Supervisors at the above stated address and may be viewed on the Warren County website.
Is there anyone in the audience wishing to address the board at this time? There being no one, I will close the public hearing. Reading of resolutions.
The only resolution we have is resolution number 100, and that was not mailed, so a motion is needed to bring that to the floor.
Do we have a motion? Mr. Sokol, Mr. Garrity on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Why don't we quickly have our county administrator just quickly tell us what this is.
This is an amended local law. We previously adopted the same local law, except the language in it stated that the effective date would be February 1st or any date thereafter that was authorized under state law. We were told by the State Department of Tax and Finance that we needed to specify April 1st, so that's what we've done. We've amended it to, in both places, state April 1st.
I also see we have Pam Vogel, our county clerk, here to answer any questions. Does anyone have any questions for the county administrator or Pam Vogel?
One clarification.
Pam, if you could step to the podium, please.
Yes. And I'm sure you explained this before. This 0.25%, all of that goes directly to the county, does not then get distributed by funds.
That is correct. That local tax goes directly to Warren County, that 0.25%.
Thank you. Any other questions for the county clerk? Brad?
I just have a simple question, and I believe we went over this before. How did this happen? I know they attached a controversial bill with a non-controversial bill, and they couldn't make it before but how did this happen?
Well, I guess you'd have to address that to New York State Legislature. Certainly Warren County had followed the steps. You know, when you're approaching or know that you're in the expiring state for that particular tax, then Warren County has this responsibility, which Warren County did do. However, so everything was down there ready to go just like it was for Warren County as well as Greene and Cattaraugus and Essex County. However, how they package bills down there, I can't answer that, but you are right, and something got attached to something and things sat.
Well, and that's what's so confusing. Why would you put a very high controversial, from what I understand, with a non-controversial one that should have passed through? So I just want to know, because I'd like to maybe follow through to see if we can have some form of compensation for this oversight.
I understand what you're saying there. I don't know if the chairman has any other comments regarding that. legislative process, rather.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, my understanding was that they needed to reconcile, the Senate and the Assembly had to reconcile to become one bill.
I do think that was part of it, and what prevented that from being done was the fact that it was attached to another issue. And I suppose that the answer to your question is that when it's difficult to get a bill passed, in order to get support for it, you attach a bunch of stuff to it that legislators want.
And you say that with a smile, too. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Frank?
Is the new expiration date April 1st now going forward?
No, it would still be December 1st.
Any other questions? Then I'll close discussion on the resolution, and we will vote on the resolution.
Resolution 100, enacting local law number 5 of 2019. Mr. Leggett?
Yes.
Mr. McDevitt?
Yes.
Ms. Bramer?
Yes.
Mr. Loeb?
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
Mrs. Frazier?
Yes.
Mr. Simpson?
Yes.
Mr. Merlino?
Yes.
Mr. Strauss?
Yes.
Mr. Wild?
Yes.
Mr. Beatty?
Yes.
Mr. McGowan?
Yes.
Mr. Sokol?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Mr. Garrity?
Yes.
Chairman Conover?
Yes. The resolution passes for the local law on number 5. I'll now open the privilege of the floor to anyone, audience or supervisors. Any announcements? No announcements. Motion to adjourn. Mr. Garrity, Mr. Wild on the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and thank you very much for being here today.